You are tuned into Real Talk with Mike Steele on Real Entertainment Radio and ICU Media Station.
But I grew up with a mother that wasn't that great either. And then I grew up the other half of my childhood in the foster care system.
Wow.
So,
powerful.
Yeah, I got out 17 years old, and a year later, both my biological mother and father passed away.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow.
So from a child's perspective, there's, because my mother did try to use me and my brother as a pawn to kind of get what she wanted to supply her own beneficial needs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because she was an alcoholic. She died from alcoholism at 35 years old.
Sorry to hear
wow.
And she was also a drug user. I grew up as a child watching her smoke crack. I could take you to the crack man's house when I was like 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've been through it.
And from an adult's perspective, I have 5 children of my own.
Okay.
I have 5 stepchildren.
So 10 total.
So you got 10 in all.
I'm sorry? Yes, sir, 10 total.
All right.
Well, you definitely not Joseph and Mary.
Well, Jesus Christ said children are a gift from him.
He did, man.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
He did.
So tell us about you being a father.
So me being a father, I have failed, quite a bit because, I'm 36 years old. I had my first child when I was 24.
Okay.
And like I say, coming from the background I come from, my life wasn't stable. My life just started getting stable about 8 years ago.
Wow.
And within the last 4 years, it has really got to where I have been able to manage it and understand what it's like to be a man and try to be a father. So before then, I've been up and down. I've been in and out of the jail system. I went to prison for 3 years. And so my 2 oldest children, which are 12 and 11, is a boy and a girl. They were born when I went to prison. And so when I went to prison, I missed the first, 3 years of their life. Mm-hmm. Their mother met a guy on the internet and was going to take off with them to New Jersey. Had never been out the state of Georgia in her life. Well, I called her mother and told her mother that if they would get them, I would sign over to my custody to them. So I signed over my custody to them so they would keep them here in Georgia so I could be in their life when I come home from prison. And so not on the mother's side is used a pawn, but the grandmother has tried to use them as a pawn against me.
They be in on it.
She has, here recently, we have fallen out, and the court agreement is that we would never try to make the children kind of one-sided against each other. Right? That's
Right.
part of the agreement.
Right.
And part of the agreement is that we would agree upon visitation rights. All right? And when they went to court and got custody, they told the judge that they didn't need financial help because her husband has a really nice job. He makes a lot of money. But as a man, and when I come home and I got in the trucking industry because I drive a truck now
Okay.
for a living, and I started making good money. So I want to be a father and be there for my kids and give them things I never had growing up. I was raised really poor. I didn't even know what name brand was until I got in the foster care system. And so I buy my kids shoes and I take them out. I take them places. They spend weekends with me. But when she gets she'll get to a point to where the grandmother has came to me and was like, "Oh well, I ain't gonna let you see the kids until you start paying child support." Right?
Right.
So I agreed to start giving her money. So I started giving her, I started giving her $200 a week.
Okay.
And she had told me, she said, "Oh, my daughter pays me too." Right? Well, come to find out, her daughter don't pay her nothing. And she still let her daughter see the kids. Right?
Right.
And so she's using them as a pawn because she knows I love them and she knows I know what it means to be a child without my father.
Right.
And without my mother. And so she knows it's a bearing on my heart that if she keeps them from me, I miss them and love them so much that I'm going to do whatever pretty much. I'm going to break down and do what she asked me to do.
Right.
Right? And so,
Sad.
that's kind of the way the situation has been between me and the grandmother. And I kind of feel like they coerce my children into not wanting to be around me now that I'm married and with a woman that's got other kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like they're making them seem like, they're making my kids see it like, my son and my daughter see it like, oh, well, he cares more about them kids than he do y'all. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, they're feeding all that negativity into those children.
Right, exactly.
And you have no control over it, though. Unfortunately, you have no control over that situation. I wish you did, man, and I hear your pain, but you said something that was key that I heard anyway. To me, it was key, is that you'll do whatever it takes to be in your kid's life.